Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I've scoured YouTube looking for reviews of the Honda Fury 2018, and to my surprise, there's not that many. So I'm here to give you one. Try to make it slightly brief. This is the bike right here, the lovely motorcycle. 2018 Honda Fury 1312cc engine, chopper style cruiser. It's a fantastic bike. What can I say? If you're thinking about this bike, make sure you want a cruiser. Make sure you want a chopper, because it doesn't ride like a cruiser. It rides nothing like a standard cruiser. I had a cruiser. I used to have a Kawasaki Vulcan, and this is long, this is low. It rides totally different. I wouldn't recommend it for a first bike. Maybe second or third bike. You gotta have a couple of miles under your belt. This motorcycle definitely taught me to appreciate the art of the counter steering, because with a bike this low, this long, when you're on the highway and you're doing 70, 75, 80, and you're leaning into those curves, it kind of drifts. You feel the back drift slightly. It feels like you're gonna go into the next lane. That's when I first started riding the bike. Now that I mastered the art, I wouldn't say mastered, but I know the art of counter steering, and I respect it, realize how important it is. It definitely helps with the ride. It took me a while to fall in love with the bike. I immediately loved the look of it. I didn't love the ride at first. It took me about half the season to really fall in love with the bike, and I'm glad it happened. When you get the bike, first thing you got to do, that stock muffler from Honda is absolutely terrible. It sounds like a sewing machine. First thing you want to do is get yourself a new muffler, whether it be a full exhaust system. I just got the slip-on, more budget friendly, and it definitely brings the bike to life. It sounds great. I'm gonna give you a sample of the sound. I also added the Mustang seats to it. The stock seats are pretty comfortable. The Mustang seats weren't absolutely necessary, but depends how long you ride. I went on a long ride. I was on about an 8-hour ride. I drove from Yonkers to the Bronx to Brooklyn to Queens back to the Bronx, and my ass was killing me. So if you plan on taking long rides, yeah, you definitely want to put a Mustang seat on there. The stock is comfortable, but nothing's better than the Mustang seat. 1312cc engine, single disc brake. Braking power is pretty good. I wish I would have kicked in the extra grand for the ABS, but I didn't. And but it definitely, you have to learn how to brake when you don't have ABS. You have to plan your stops a lot more, which I do. So it's a different technique. This bike is a different technique. Like I said, you have to counter steer. You have to get used to the length of the bike, the low seating position. And if you don't have ABS, you gotta plan your stops ahead of time. This is my second season on the bike. Got a couple of miles on it, and I love it. I absolutely love it. It's a fun bike. It performs really well. It's a Honda, you know. Take a look at the bike. I believe it's 19s in the front, 200 millimeter in the back. I've seen people put 240s. I think you could, yes, you could definitely fit a 240 on the stock rim. Doesn't really show much of a difference. So I just kept the 200. If I want to get the fat tire look, I would rather just change the entire fender. It'll definitely give it that fat tire look. I removed the turn signals from the rear fender. In my opinion, they looked rather goofy, and there was really no need for it. I left the reflectors on the front. Such a long bike, if you park it in the street, you have to really angle the hell out of it, because the front tire sticks out a lot, and you don't want the car clipping you while you're parked. So I left the front reflector on it for that reason, but I do park, you know, very angular. This is the Mustang seats, front and passenger. If your girlfriend has a big butt, you definitely want to get the Mustang seats, because that stock passenger seat is terrible. The stock front seat isn't bad, the stock passenger seat is terrible. So a lot of comfort, and I think they look cool. I love the studded seats. The Vans and Hines exhaust, just a slip on. I didn't get the full system. Got a good sound to it though. And I did change the mirrors. The stock mirrors are good, but these, they just look better and you get a better view. Stock mirrors are kind of a pain in the ass. And just so you can hear the sound of the exhaust, I'm going to turn it on now. I'm not going to do a ride review right now. There's so many, the YouTube is flooded with ride reviews. If I get requests for ride reviews, I'll definitely do one, but I'm not doing any ride review currently. And here it is. Told me if you change the complete exhaust, since it's a fuel injection bike, you may not need a power commander. The power commander is pricey. The power commander is almost as much as a full exhaust system. So I just went with a slip-on. To me it sounds great. You definitely hear me coming. They say it's not a real chopper, but it damn sure rides like a real chopper because it's low and it's long. And that's what I got for now. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment. If there's anything I forgot, put them in the comments and I'll respond, I'll reply. Any other questions, anything I didn't cover on the bike, that's all I got.